What is going on, guys? Hope that everything is going well. It's definitely been a while since I posted one of these videos on the channel. Definitely made like a lot of excuses that I don't have enough time and just me BSing myself, and this is like the perfect opportunity to hop on and share a story slash message on the channel too. And you know, just making this on the airport, and you're gonna explain why I don't normally have like my same setup. So story time, sit down. The whole message of this is that everything happens for a reason, and don't let those unexpected events or those situations get in the way. So as you can see, I'm at an airport right now. I'm at Chicago's airport, O'Hare, and I was here on a super last minute trip with Jazzy, as she's also said goodbye to Chicago because she's also moving back to California, which is awesome. So you're gonna see Jazzy a lot more on my stories and on my content, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, there was like a miscommunication that happened with planning my trip. Jazzy already had her flight booked already, and from there she booked mine super last minute, but the details got mixed up. And then when we checked when we were gonna sit together for the flight, I noticed that my flight time was a few hours after hers, and I was like, something's up. So we called the airline and we let them know about the situation, and they said, pause. So we called the airline, we let them know about the situation, what happened, and we wanted to see if we can just transfer and swap it out for an equal flight. And it was going to be like an additional charge that wasn't really necessary. So the next thing that was going to happen, we were going to go in person and we were going to just explain the situation. Hopefully we can just swap it out evenly. We finally get there in person, and a couple hours prior to that, like both of our flights got a little pushed back. So her flight didn't take off until like 8:30 p.m. My flight got updated until like 12:30. And alright, this is the perfect opportunity. We got there pretty early. We explained everything. Long story short, they said no with me changing my flight to hers, and we also went with the plan B. They said no to her if she could change her flight to mine. So we went back again to explore more options if we can still fly together back to California on the next day, and that just pushed us even further and later, and it wasn't really necessary. So I was like, you know what, take the flight. It's only like a 3-hour difference. It's not that bad. I'll see you back in California afterwards. So going with that, we were already gonna measure her bags because she had a checked bag to put in, and then it was a couple pounds heavy. It was like 50 pounds, I believe, some 55 pounds. So we shedded 5 pounds from it. We were good to go. The person working there said it actually has to be like 40.9, something like that. So we had to take an additional 10 pounds, shoving a lot of stuff into those bags. Finally made it. Took a lot of our time, and we couldn't even make it to the express checkout. So we had to go back to that line. The line got bigger, and Jazzy had about like maybe 40 minutes to board her plane. We finally get there, and the person says that, oh, we can no longer check in your bag even though she paid for it. So I was like, you know what, let me take care of it. Can I put it under me? And he's like, you're gonna have to pay for it. I'm like, it's all good, I'll take care of it. Told my goodbyes to Jazzy because she had about like less than 30 minutes at this point to go to book her flight and catch her flight. So thankfully she has TSA pre-check, so shout outs to that on the global entry. So she flew by, made it, and at that time it was like 8:30 p.m. 9, 10, 11, 12. So I had about 4 hours. I was there super early past TSA to get ready for my flight. And then I get an update, I believe, right when I sit down and I'm about to put on my shoes from TSA. It says your flight doesn't depart until like 1:15 a.m. And I was like, all right, more time to be productive with my time, make another YouTube video as we speak. And then that happened. From there, as I was putting on my shoes, getting my laptop in and all that other stuff, right after TSA, I noticed that there was a lady and her daughter. She probably had her daughter was probably like in middle school, like around my sister's age, and they looked lost. They looked kind of like didn't know what to do. It was their first time in Chicago, and she asked me for a favor if she knew like if I knew how to get to like navigate through Google Maps a certain address that they were getting to. I was like, yeah, like for sure, I'll help you all out. Showed them the ways, and then they wanted to see like how public transportation works. They've never taken it, and I've explained, since I have knowledge taking like public transportation here in the city, and she recommended it's safe, and I'm like, it could be, but it was a little bit late at night too, so I gave them the option to, you can always do Lyft. Thankfully she never installed the app, so like I shot her a link that gives you like $15 off if you never use Lyft. So showed her the ways. I was with her for about like 20 to almost 30 minutes, just navigating her how to use the app. First of all, we had to like clear storage from her mobile device in order to download the app, showing her how it works, the importance of like where to schedule it, the pickup locations, looking for the driver, what happens if your driver cancels, like full detail. And the funny thing was, like, I didn't know this lady at all. She didn't know me. She had like full trust and confidence in me, and I was willing to like go out and help her and go the extra mile, because I know what it's like being in a new location, not knowing how to navigate yourself anywhere. And it's so awesome just knowing that there's good people out there that are willing to go the extra mile to help you out too. So it felt good being in that position, kind of like a superhero role. And again, probably was with them for about 30 minutes, showed them where to go to get to the pickup location for the Uber Lyft locations. And then, you know, as I was going to say my farewells, I noticed that they were also from California. We got into like an awesome conversation, fellow Angelinos as well too. And then she said something that I'll always remember. She's like, Danny is like, thank you for your help. You've been like the kindest person to us during our trip, and you're literally like an angel. And I was like, no, don't worry about it. Like, I love doing this stuff. It's awesome. And like, I just want to say, on top of like this long story and this long post, I'm not even gonna edit, I'm just gonna upload. It's, everything happens for a reason. Okay, it doesn't matter like what happens. Like, as you notice, like flight situation, rejection after rejection, and just a lot of stuff happened, and I didn't let that affect me. I still kept like that positive, uplifting spirit. I noticed too that when Jazzy and I, every time we were getting ready to like line up and talk to the people about the flights, we noticed that a lot of people were frustrated, and they were like just letting out every emotion of like frustration and anger onto them. And me coming from like a customer service, like retail background, like I know what it's like, and it sucks being like yelled at and all that other stuff. So I even told Jazzy, like, it doesn't matter like what happens if they say no, like I'm always gonna be courteous, I'm gonna be respectful, and I'm just gonna greet them with a smile. And I always did. And I remember like after the 4th time or 5th time coming to the guy after like paying for the bag, I let him know, I was like, hey, like I know you guys go through a lot every day, but I just want to let you know that I appreciate you for being here. Like, people don't understand like the stuff that you go through, and I just want to like acknowledge you for being here. And like, he had like the biggest smile on his face. Like, he was like this very stern, like rock solid face of a person whenever he interacted with anybody. But then when I told him that, he just lit up. Like, it just made his day. So again, everything does happen for a reason. As uneventful, unexpected that situation happened, like I always came into that situation as the better person at the end of the day. Again, a lot of messages. Number 1, everything happens for a reason. Number 2, no matter the situation, no matter the event that happens, I would say always strive to be the better person at the end of the day, because it's not worth it like letting out like that anger and that frustration, that negative energy, because nothing's gonna get resolved. I'd rather make this world a better place, like through my actions of going the extra mile. And the same thing too with that lady and her daughter. Again, not knowing anything about them, but they had so much trust in me that I'm like, I'm gonna go the extra mile, make sure that they get to their location as safe as possible, and also cut like 30 minutes of their time instead of taking public transportation. So it felt good having like that hero moment. Again, this is going to be a pretty long video, so I'm going to cut it here. Again, I appreciate every single one of you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below for more awesome content. As always, stay safe, stay blessed, and stay solid.